It is once again time to have a look at some money making, and this time we're looking at passenger missions from Robigo. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with down-to-earth astronomy. Passenger missions from Robigo to Sirius atmospheric in Sothis has historically been a very profitable run to do. Now, I haven't paid much attention to them for a while until a commander contacted me on Discord of the middle of last week, which dragged my attention back to the route. So that's what we're going to look at today. As always, first we're going to look over the setup of the ship for this specific run, and there's a few quirks here. Then we're going to have a look at the actual run, and at the end we're going to do a quick conclusion just to see how much money you can potentially make doing this. But first, the outfitting. This is of course a passenger mission, so it's going to be pretty standard passenger mission layout with absolutely no weapons. I have nothing in my utility mount. I actually do have a heatsink in case of silent running. Core internals, go for jump range. Our destination here is, I believe, 59 light years away. So let's say 60 just for making it easier. So your minimum jump range here should be at least 30 light years. That's quite important because that means you can do it in these 2 jumps. If you have less than 30, you will have to spend at least 3 or more jumps to get there, which is going to slow you down. It's going to take you longer. So if you want to go absolutely the absolute optimal way, then I definitely recommend that you have at least 30 light years of jump range. This can be achieved in a Python with a little bit of engineering, and I believe you can actually do it stock in an Anaconda. I engineered this a little bit just because I had the modules engineered already. But the most interesting part is actually the optional internals. I do recommend an advanced discovery scanner, which you'll see why later. For the cabins, very few, if any, I don't believe I've seen any, but very few of the missions at least, have a passenger count higher than 8. And since these are VIP missions, they don't share cabins. So if you want to get the optimal out of your cabins, you need to make sure that all your classes up to and including 4 should be economy class cabins, because that's when you have the 8 passenger counts. When you move higher than class 4, so for class 5, you should upgrade to business class, so you can still hold that at least 8 passengers. When you move up to class 6, ideally here you should put first class. I fitted my ship in Cios, which is right next to Sothis. They didn't have first class, so I just went with business class. It's okay, there are very few first class, so if you don't spend a lot of time trying to chase down those first class cabins, business class will do you just fine. But if you can find them, putting first class cabins here will be slightly more optimal for this type of mission. So once you come out here to Robigo, which you can see is quite some distance away from the bubble, very close out here to Sothis, which is the blue you can see there, and the other pale blue dot right next to it there is Cios. Once you come to the system, you're going to head to Houses Reach, which you can see here, the only large station in system. And from this station, we're of course going to hop into the passenger lounge, and here we're going to look for missions to Sirius atmospheric. You see we have one right here, and there's a lot of them. Look at this. Look at the number of missions. There's one here, there's one there. It's a lot of these missions. Now, what I recommend you do is take missions that pays 2.5 million or higher. And of course, if you don't see these kind of payouts, start lower, because these payouts are dependent on 2 things. This is with every single mission in the game. They depend on your reputation with the mission giver. You can see I'm allied, so if you're not allied, you will not see this payout. In that case, you should take lower paying missions that have rep on them, like this one, and then hand in for rep until you're allied. And the other thing is that these missions, you can see here, they count as an exploration type mission. That means if you're not exploration elite, you will not see the same payouts. So if you have a low exploration rank, you will not get the same payouts. But anyway, if you have both exploration elite and you're fully allied, then you can go for the missions that give you 2.5 million per mission, and then just take the lowest cabin that they will fit into, like that one for instance. It's a very good one right there, and you can see there are plenty of them. And again, it depends on how picky you are with your missions, but very often, more often than not, you will be able to completely fill up your ship without even board hopping, because there are just so many of these missions offered from this station. But for now, I am just gonna completely fill up my ship with passengers, and then we can head out. And that should be it. Ship is now full, so we're gonna undock, and while we do that, we're just gonna make sure we set our destination to Sothis, just like that. While we undock here, do note that, of course, I'm carrying a lot of illegal passengers. I think pretty much all my passengers are illegal. But it doesn't really matter, because Robigo, which, of course, the system we're in now, is an anarchist system. So police is not really something you see a lot of around these parts. So I've never had any issues going in or out of the station, being scanned, let alone being attacked at all. They don't really care in this area. And as you will see when we get to Sothis, that we're not really going to get close to any stations there either. So you don't really have to worry too much about the illegal passengers, simply because the system is an anarchist system. But let's get out of here, and let's get to our destination. And as soon as we are in system, we're going to head towards Sothis A5. And this is where the directional scanner can come in very, very handy. So you can actually spot us, because you can't see the tourist beacon just yet, because as you can see here, this planet is 1.6, almost 1.7 light seconds, 1.7 thousand light seconds away. So we can't see before we're within 1,000 light seconds. If you don't have a directional or a discovery scanner, just head towards Newholm Station. It should be in the same direction. And when you get within 1,000 light seconds, you should see Sirius atmospheric pop up on your navigation panel. As soon as we're here, we're going to target the navigation beacon. We're going to complete the scan. And right away, I've already set destination, so I can just target next system en route and jump out. And then we're going to head back. Touchdown. Okay. Time to hand in the missions. Let's see how much credit I currently have. I have 4,342.4. So 342. Let's just begin to hand in, and let's see how much we made. And that should be the last one. And so we made 24 million here. That was actually a very, very good run. Now, on average, you should probably expect to make in an Anaconda like this one I have here between 20, 22, again up to 24. If you have, if you fly without shields, I have shields just because I don't want to accidentally bump into something. If you fly without shields, you could definitely push 25 in this. And a run takes between 15 to 20 minutes to do, simply because we spend next to no time board hopping. So that's gonna put you in, I would say, around the 7 to 80 over an extended period, 7 to 80 millions per hour, which is by no means not bad. I mean, taking into consideration that there's no board hopping, no unintended game mechanics here. It's basically just pick up a ton of passengers, fly out, and run back with them. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Before we end though, if you're a little tired of passenger missions, I am currently working on another money-making methods that are going to come out hopefully within a week or two that potentially could be a lot of fun. I haven't done the full research yet, but it looks like it could be very interesting. So if you want to see that video and want to get that early on, remember to go down and click that subscribe button below the channel so you will get that video right to you. But I really hope you liked this video. If you did, remember to give it a like down below and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. And until next time, I will see you guys in space.